1, wake up, really gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up.
Good morning, my lovelies. Welcome to another episode of Hairyman Hijinks in the morning with Nikki. And who shall we bring on but the best, Enzo. Oh yeah, that was more like it. I need to change your music to disco music. I have some right here. Let's see. We can load up. Ready? Oh, that's not. Well, it's kind of 70s. I thought it was my disco music.
That is not disco. That was
That
pretty
was
good, though. I
not
liked it.
disco, but I need to get some disco music in here because that goes with your background. We need some Saturday Night Fever. Woo-hoo-hoo, you know? Oh, I'll have to find something similar that I can play without getting hit.
That is a
Have you
toe
noticed?
tapper, though. That the Good Morning thing that you play beforehand. That's good. That's a good song.
I love it. I do love it. I think it's appropriate because that's how I want it to be. You know,
Yeah.
you can determine your whole day by how you wake up. You know, if you wake
Oh
up
man, I'm
in a
screwed.
bad mood, yeah, you woke up late, so you're gonna be like off all day long, probably. You're gonna take a big long nap after the show, you know that.
Probably.
And
I
then
will
it's gonna
probably
start
zap
all
her.
over again. You're gonna be up all night and sleep all day. You're gonna become a night owl. So I hope you all have your warm cup of Java or tea, or that's not hot. Is it hot?
This is hot.
Oh,
This is
okay.
my travel tumbler with a little button so I don't spill when I do
Oh
this.
yeah.
Because
I run the
I tend to
risk
knock stuff over. So.
every day. I run the risk of knocking my shit over for sure.
No.
I know. And now that I'm getting things even more situated, I'm gonna have to, I don't know, but I love my cups. I always
Even
have such great mugs.
I have the little button even on my water jug thing because too many times
Yeah, just the water look like this.
I go to grab it without looking at it and knock it off,
Uh-huh.
and now I've got water guggling all over the floor.
Oh yeah, I know that's a nightmare, total nightmare. But I do have all that stuff. We've got so many plastic cups and mugs and lids. It's
None of them
ridiculous.
match.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, and you have to go find the matching things because I throw them all in the same place. But hey, what do you do? What do you do? That's just the part it is. Do we have some people here? Let me see. Sandra Piper. I love to see you in the morning. Brian and Chewy, good morning. How are you? I have to catch up on some of your stuff. I haven't seen you lately. I don't know why. Why have I not? I wonder if I'm unsubscribed. There has been a rash of people getting unsubscribed and then they have to resubscribe to me. They're telling
Really?
people who are subscribers. I talk to them all the time. They wouldn't unsubscribe, and they've been telling me that I'm not getting any notifications. They go and check, and they weren't subscribed.
Actually,
So
now that you mention that, I have had that happen on your channel before where I didn't get any alerts or anything that you had gone live. I was
mhm.
subscribed and it showed the bell thing, but when I would try to change it, it was all locked. So I had to unsubscribe, then resubscribe, then I could change it to
Oh,
whatever I wanted.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know because I keep now. It's normal to fluctuate, losing people and gaining people. That's kind of normal. But
Sure.
this was like overnight. I lost 3 people. You know, Monday night. That was just weird. I hadn't had a show. I had a show Sunday, but Monday night, that was just a weird thing. So I have a feeling it went through and it just disengages somehow. Whatever it is, I know it's happened to me where I know I'm subscribed to people and I'm not getting notifications and they're not even there. So I don't know if it's a glitch or they do that on purpose. What do you think?
I would hate to think that they're doing it on purpose, but I'd hate to think that it's also so junky after all these years of running
Yeah.
it that it all just falls apart like that.
Ew, yikes. Good morning, Damien. Damien comes to us from Ireland, right?
Ooh.
Ireland. Who else do we have? Welcome to the show. Who is welcome to the show? I love welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. That's probably one of your peeps. It's a alien
Mm-hmm.
UFO probably person. Oh,
Don't make you a bad person.
house. There's Cassie, Forensic Mystics. Nice to see you, Rex. Good to see you. So this morning, we are in a little bit of competition with probably Lee's channel over there at Raven's Outpost. But hey, it was getting kind of tough for me to get here at 8 in the morning. And as you can see, it's just Enzo and me. So we're gonna do it this way, and we're gonna have a fun time, and we're gonna have the same type of topic talks about whatever comes to mind. But if you'd like to join us for the chat, let us know, and you can come on and talk with us. We're gonna open up Tuesdays to whoever would like to join us for talking. Now, it doesn't have to be Bigfoot or aliens or whatever. It's going to be open Tuesday. I'm going to come up with a good catchphrase for Tuesday.
Talker
Tuesdays. Ooh, almost sounds like Taco Tuesdays. That would make me hungry.
That would also, if you bring a taco to Talker Tuesday, you go to the front of the line.
Go to the front of the line. That's like, yeah, that was funny. So I can't find my badum bum. I can't find it. I can't. You know how I had that?
Yeah.
Can't find it. I can't find my music for that. My nothing. So I don't have one yet. I found my drum roll again. For those who don't know, I've had to redo my Stream Deck and can't find it. Help. Oh, I did find a very cool Bigfoot is coming for us. I did find a Bigfoot coming for us.
He's on the hardwood floor.
Yeah. Yeah, he's there. He's there now.
That was me when I woke up this morning.
Dang, why did I say I would do a show?
Alarm clock, no.
Oh my gosh. So today's topic is called Walk on the Wild Side. Okay. And good morning, Suze. That is Gold and Enzo Talk or Tuesday. What? She says that is Gold and Enzo Talk or Tuesday. Tuesday Talk? Gold
Tuesday
Talk? I don't know what she means by gold.
Talk. I said Talker Tuesday. She may have thought I said Talk or Tuesday.
Oh. Okay. Talker kind of like sounds like taco. Like you're saying Taco Tuesdays, but it's Talker Tuesday.
We have talk or we have taco.
Used. They're gonna think they're gonna come over here and see some tacos. Well, that might bring some people over though.
That could happen.
It could happen for sure.
If we expand into Spaghetti Wednesday, we may have a theme thing going here.
Oh my Jesus. That's going to be funny. So walking on the wild side means sometimes the right thing, let me put this the right way. Sometimes the right thing to do is the wrong thing. Like sensible people may do basically crazy stuff out of the spur of the moment type of deals. And I'm kind of curious, and my sister, chorizo tacos. Do you remember Land of the Lost? Chorizo tacos. Is he saying chorizo tacos? I'm really hungry.
I only know the original 70s.
The 70s version. Yeah. I love Will Ferrell, so he's great. Anyway, so is what those spur of the moment things that grasp you bad, or are they really, really, something that makes your life richer because you've done them? That's what I'm getting at. For example, have you ever been skinny dipping out of the blue? It, romantically or not romantically, that doesn't matter. Just the fact that you had that wild notion where you stripped down and you jumped into the lake,
For me, only in the shower. That's the only time.
That's the only time you get wet is in the shower. Well, pretty much me too. I don't generally like the water scenes. The ocean is a no-go for me. And only because I got taken down by a wave that scarred me for life. And that gurgling panic, finally getting up onto the beach and having sand.
There's monsters out there in the water.
And there's monsters, yes. There are big monsters out there. So, no, I don't do that. I did successfully convince my sister and my cousin that there were such a thing as freshwater sharks in the creek we were wading in. One time,
of course.
She will tell you that it was I don't know. I think I pretty much convinced her that they were gonna bite her. So she'll have to confirm that.
We're back. Sorry. When I was a kid, after seeing Jaws as a kid, even like in a swimming pool, they had like the big grate at the bottom where all the water cycles through. It's like, oh, a shark could like have swum up through the system somehow and it's gonna burst out of there.
gonna come out. Yeah, imaginations are strong when you're a kid, and you just saw Jaws. Now every body of water has Jaws, and then you have those crazy. What was that one ghost shark or something? And the shark came out of the tub. Do you?
What?
That's like nightmare happening right there.
What's this Sharknado you were watching?
It was Sharknado 2. That one's and how many of them are there? 3, 4, 6?
Oh
I don't
God,
know.
there's got to be a dozen or so, I think.
There's a bunch of those Sharknadoes out there. So ridiculous. And still, what do? We watch them. And they're going to keep on putting that stuff out, but they are ridiculous. So that's one. Another one is, have you ever ended up in the back of a police car?
No.
Not even.
Once after skinny dip.
What about for fun? I mean, have you ever had an opportunity to get in the back of a police car? No, seriously. No. Like, we had a fair, and I remember there was the fire department, the police department, the paramedics, and they all had their doors and everything all open, and you could go in and out. And I remember getting in the back. Well, I have been in the back of a police car, but not because I did something wrong. It was because I was a witness to something, and they put me in the back to go take me to ID somebody. And I was like, oh my God, it's very small back there.
Yeah, it's very small.
I don't know how they get guys in there, because I felt really cramped. And, I wasn't restricted in any way. I was just sitting back there as they, drove me to the destination. So
that's why they always do that. Watch your head. Watch your head. They've just beat the crap out of you over there, getting you tied up and wrestling with you and everything else. But when they put you in the back of the squad car, it's like, watch your head, sir. Watch your head. Watch your head. Watch your head getting in. Watch your head.
It was weird. And it was very uncomfortable and very claustrophobic. It was not a great feeling. So I can't imagine somebody who's getting arrested and gets thrown in there. It's like caging an animal. Really, really, it is.
Yeah.
Just that feeling of being cut off. You're just cut off. What does my sister say? Has she been in the back of a... Oh, that's weird. Swimming pool. I picture a shark coming right at me. Yep.
Could happen.
Could happen.
Okay. Sandra Piper likes my shirt. Thank you very much. Only the finest quality clearance rack specials for my on the air shirts.
Oh my God, you and my husband and your shirts. My husband has shirts just like that. So,
flowers and stuff on it. It's okay.
Maybe it's a retired military guy thing. I don't know. I'll have to investigate that.
Well,
you guys are on a permanent vacation.
That's it. It's nothing says ultra tourist like the cheap Hawaiian shirt, and when you have to wear a uniform for like every day for your entire career, it's like, I ain't wearing anything like that ever again.
He's got Marvel shirts like that, but they're all Marvel, different Hulk and the Spider-Man one, and they're really cool shirts. But he's got all of those. And
there was a couple I was thinking about buying that I was like, maybe they'll go on sale over the holidays, but they never did because I just couldn't. I couldn't justify spending like $40 for one. There was some that had like little planets and stuff on them, and there were like X-Wings and TIE fighters and stuff on them.
That
was one of like Star Trek Enterprise and stuff was on it.
Listen, my walk-in closet isn't really my walk-in closet; it's his walk-in closet.
Oh, really?
My husband is the clothes person around here, so yeah, he's taken over my closet. I have a little bitty spot. He's got.
It's usually the opposite.
I know. I'm not. I'm a jeans, t-shirt, shorts kind of gal. always have been. And nope, he's got to have the gambit. He's got jerseys and all his Hawaiian type shirts. They all have collars because he likes to wear collared shirts, and
Yep.
all his dress shirts for work he wears polos. He's allowed to wear polos now. And his t-shirts, I don't even put them up anymore. They don't fit. I fold all his t-shirts now. So yeah, he's got a lot of shit. A lot of shit. But he can do that now.
Come over to the dark side and get your own Hawaiian shirts.
They're fun to buy, really.
That's right.
He hits up the clearance rack at TJ Maxx.
TJ Maxx. Hang on, let me write that down. TJ Maxx.
That's where remember that Christmas shirt with the happy faces or whatever I showed you?
Oh, yeah.
Where he got that. $5 or $6 or something like that. And I go, you are not going to buy that. He goes, oh, yes, I am. That's exactly how he said it too. And he's like, get in my cart. And he throws it in there.
For whatever reason, they're technically not Hawaiian shirts. They're considered bowling shirts where they've got like a design just on like one side and stuff.
Yeah.
There's a ton of like Halloween themed ones. It's like one side's all orange with like half of a jack-o'-lantern on it, and like the other side's just like this, mauve kind of color or something like that.
Yeah. I've seen those. He has. That's what half his closet is full of. His closet. So some of these are not even. I'm not going to even address because they're like, have you ever been drunk? Well, yeah. I mean, I think everybody has one.
You mean today or?
Not today.
Oh,
we know. But
so I can change that. Just reach behind me here.
Too early, Enzo. Too early.
All right, fine.
Yeah.
It'll be on.
What
stand.
about? Here's a good one. Been in a fight? Have you ever been in a brawl?
Yes.
Oh God, I can't picture you in a brawl.
It turns out I'm more of a grappler type. It's more of a grab and throw
hold
type.
On for dear life, or what?
This wasn't like, Marcus of Queensberry rules kind of a thing.
Oh my goodness.
Of course, after a few drinks, you get the beer muscles going and somebody lips off to you. It's like, you yell stuff back and forth. And they throw a big, crazy John Wayne haymaker that misses you by a mile. And you grab by the shoulder and just use their inertia to shove them into the floor.
Yeah.
Then, of course, their friends have to get involved because, they saw your...
And that's when it gets really scary because you don't know what's coming at you from all different directions. I don't think I ever... in school, grade school, high school, I never really had to get into a fight because I was always kind of the athletic girl. I was kind of intimidating and I never really had to. I scared people, I think. So nobody ever came at me that way. There was one, I would just tell them, give them their place and say, hey, you got to back off because it's not going to end well for you. Because I had no fear back then. Actually, I'd had no fear up until my 30s. The minute I started having kids, my whole life changed in regards to my personal safety and my kids. But I for many years, for 18 years, well, 16 really, I was a security manager for a large box retailer, and I grappled with the men. I fought men. I handcuffed men. I have stories of police coming to help me because I'm in the middle of the street fighting some dude. So I've had that kind of fight situations. I've been very lucky to never get cold cocked. Very lucky. All those situations could have ended up really bad for me because I'm only 5'5".
Right.
5'4.5", but I always round it up. So it could have ended bad for me. all those scenarios that I have in my head that I still have imprinted of all these things that I did when I used to work security, including the times where the junkies would pull out their hypodermic and would play sword with me. It
Ugh.
was some very dangerous moments that I generally don't like to talk about. I don't even know if my sister knows about some of these, but because they could have ended badly. You know, I had to get checked for hepatitis very often because of some of the arrests I made, lesions on people's bodies. I literally handcuffed somebody and my thumb went into his arm because I had hit a lesion and it just sunk right into his arm. It was the most disgusting thing I've ever
That's
encountered.
gross. That's gross.
And I
Did you
didn't
arrest
have
a
any cuts.
zombie? Is that what that guy was?
Yeah,
Jeez.
he was pretty much a zombie at that point, though. He was not well. He was blown out, sores. But at that time, AIDS was a huge thing. I mean, it's a huge thing, but at that time, it was really big.
Everyone
So
was doing the panic thing about it. Yeah. Yeah, I was never a big brawler, mostly because I didn't have to. I mean, I'm 5'11", and I've been 5'11" since like the 7th grade. So and I've got broad shoulders, and you know, I'm certainly not like I wouldn't say athletic, but more of a just brick shape type body, where it's like I could take a beating, and I can certainly deal some punishment myself if needed to. But it usually doesn't come to that because people are like, "Hey, what do you watch when you're next time? Just be careful, sir." It's like,
yeah, it's all how you hold yourself, and you have to have confidence when you're going to be when you do that kind of stuff. Because I could talk my ass off to a guy who was 6'4", over 200 pounds. I could talk them and walk them back to my office. People thought I was amazing because I didn't have to fight these guys, but I would tell them how it is, especially because in that field, you really had to know what they had, what they concealed, what you had to have all the steps. It was very important that you followed the rules. So I knew exactly what he had. If it was under a certain amount, I knew I was going to cut him loose anyway. I wasn't going to go press charges because I had a threshold to make before I would call the police. So
right.
if I knew it was under that, I said, hey, dude, come back with me. I'm going to write it up. I'm going to collect the blah, 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 and I'm going to let you loose. Okay. But you need to cooperate with me, or you don't have to, and I can call the cops. So it's up to you. I'd look them right in the eyes and, tell them the way it was. And that's how I got them to walk back to my office, get everything I needed, write them up, criminally trespass them from the store, and get them to sign paperwork. And they were out the door because it wasn't all about prosecuting every single one of these, people. You had to weigh the amount towards if you were willing to go all the way to court and all that stuff.
Right. Is it like an automatic trespass from the property forever for any kind of
Yeah, it's
theft?
supposed to be, but you'd see him back in,
Right.
you would see him back in. And if you thought they were up to something nefarious, then you would, hey, you're not supposed to be in here, dude. You leave now, or I'm going to pull, and now I have the right to call the cops and you're going to go to jail. So most of them would leave. I wasn't there to cause all kinds of issues. There were other managers at other stores who they didn't give a shit. If they
Right.
seen you walk in, they were assholes. It's very easy to do that in that profession, to go that route, to get your head that big and to think
Mm-hmm.
you have all this power, which is kind of something we're dealing with a lot of police officers these days. Is goes to your head. The power. They think they have all this power. Anyway, we're not going to go on to that part, but I loved my job, and I think I was pretty good at it at the time. I even worked in LA. So I had some really tough stores. I worked in the City of Industry in La Puente, and I also worked in Long Beach. And Long Beach was one of the biggest stores in the nation that we had. And I mean, I was in charge of billions of dollars worth of merchandise.
Billions.
Yeah. It was.
What kind of store was it you were at?
A big box. It was Kmart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We had this particular store was not supposed to have that much merchandise in it, but it was out of control. It had 25 containers in the back full of merchandise. The receiving area was packed full of merchandise. It had the worst management system I've ever seen. And I've worked in 8 different Kmarts, and it was the worst store by far. It made a lot of money. It also made a lot of money, but it worst management I've ever seen in my life, that store. That's why it was millions of merchandise that wasn't even out on the store, dude. It was in containers in the back.
Did you ever catch people that worked at the store
Oh
stealing
yeah.
stuff?
Yeah, I've caught store managers, operations manager. I caught a receiving manager. That one was crazy because I caught him out of a Phoenix store. I worked out of a store on 43rd and Indian School in not a great area. That's also the area I put my finger through that guy and the hypodermic. That was probably my worst store out of all the stores, even the LA stores. That Phoenix store was pretty bad. And I caught the receiving manager, and I knew he was doing something, but he kept finding my cameras I was hiding in the receiving area. So one day, one of my agents, my floor walkers, he says, I have a funny feeling something's going to happen tonight. Because he called me at home, and I go, why? He goes, I don't know. I walked up and he was talking to somebody, and I think he said, I'll have your order. And okay, have your order. What? Well, it could be anything these days, right? But back in the late 90s, it was kind of weird for this guy to say that. So we grabbed the walkies and headsets and binoculars, and at 4:00 in the morning, we went and staked out the back of the Kmart. You know, my guy was on one end. It's so funny because next to that Kmart was actually a titty bar. So he was in the parking lot over there, and I was across the street at this well-known crack house complex. And I was sitting over there more scared about who was going to come up behind me than the dang watching. But it was the only view I could have of the back, the side and to the back. And we sat there. We sat there for an hour waiting for him to come into his shift because he was a receiving manager. He gets there before 6, and he was very inconsistent. Sometimes he would be there at 5, 6, you know, whenever. And they allowed him to do that. So we just had to wait. And sure enough, he comes in and he gets let in by the morning operations manager. And all of a sudden, not even 15, 20 minutes later, it's black, right? The back of the building is completely dark. It's still early morning, no light yet. But you see light start coming because he's opening the rolling doors in the back.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just see his shape dragging something out on a pallet. He had the pallet jack and he was pulling it out. And that store is so bad that we actually had fences. You couldn't drive all the way through the back of the building because it was so bad. We had them blocked. So he opened up the gates and he rolled this pallet to the other side of the building, and my guy on the other side's having a shit fit going, he's got a pallet full of shit. He's taking out a pallet full of shit. I go, calm down. He's just putting it there. Just get ready. Somebody's coming to pick it up. So he drops it off, and then he goes back inside, and it's another like 20 minutes before this car starts rolling up to that side of the building. And we're like Starsky and Hutch, dude. We're like go, block him in. You get in the front and get in the back. And we're screaming through the parking lot. And it was a big shopping center. There was like a JB's. It's like a Denny's in the corner. So we're like going, and he parks in front and I park in the back. And by the time we get there, she's out of the car and loading up the trunk of her car. It was his wife. She was loading stuff up, and with her kids asleep in the back seat. Oh. So we get her, and he walks her in with the 2 kids. We had to take them all. Oh shit, I moved, and this is an issue I don't like. Anyway.
High five, Nikki.
I don't know how to get it to focus. How did I do it the last time?
There you go. That's it. You gotta dip out of the way.
That works. Okay. Take her in, take them in. This is probably one of my scariest moments that I've ever had, actually. After we take them in, I just end up loading all that shit into the back of my truck so I can drive to the front so I can bring it all in on a flatbed. And the operations manager's mouth is like wide open. I said, don't alert anybody. Don't say anything. Receiving manager's still in the back working. So we quietly shuffled her into my office with the kids, and I sat her down. I did not handcuff her. Okay. For the sake of the kids, blah, blah, blah. Right. I did have her purse, and I just sat her purse on my table, which was right in front of her. And we told her, you stay here. I had somebody sitting with her and the kids. And then I went and I arrested the receiving manager. And I took him to the main office where I had him being watched. And then I made all my phone calls, my district manager, the store manager, the police, and everything happens at once, right? It's just chaos. Mm-hmm. Police are getting there. My district manager, I'm trying to get a price, because right away they want to know how much merchandise you have. And it was well over $1,000 worth of merchandise, TV, stereos, all kinds of electronic equipment. And the cop who comes in to talk to the lady, this older lady, he says, that's her purse. And I go, yeah, that's her purse. And he takes it and he looks in there, and there's a loaded revolver sitting in the purse. And he looks at me, and I'm just sitting there, and he's like, he just points to me to come here, and I go, and he opens the purse and lets me see it. And he goes, like, you didn't check. And I was like, a whoosh of hot blood rushes to my face. And that feeling that, oh my God, I could have been killed today came over me. It was the best and worst time of my career right there at the same exact time. Yep. Made one of the biggest busts of a receiving manager and almost got killed. Because it was just sitting in front of her, and she had to have known her gun was sitting in her damn purse. Right? So
was there any way that she would have had the opportunity to like reach in there and grab it, but without you ever knowing?
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. Because I was rushing around from main office to my office, back and forth, getting cops over there, cops to my situation, in the beginning, and like it was chaos in the beginning, you know. So it was crazy. It was crazy. And that guy says, you could have not had a good day today. And I was like, oh my God.
I know it
Didn't check
not that
the
I would
purse.
ever.
When do I never check the purse? That's the first damn thing I always do is take away the purses and look for merchandise, right? But because it was somebody I knew, I was arresting somebody who was my friend. And
Right.
it was a whole different, I acted different. And then I realized, oh my God, you know, and I showed my guy that was with me, my worker, and he was like, what the fuck? He was, she had a gun. Oh, you know, it was like, it was bad. It was bad.
What kind of
She could
stuff were
have
they
shot
stealing?
us from the moment if she hadn't been out of the car loading the back of the trunk, and if we had stopped her while she was still in her car, I think it would have been really bad. She would have definitely shot at us because she didn't know who we were.
Right.
You know, she didn't know. We did have, you know, badges that we wore around our neck, and she would have seen that. We always identify each other right away, but whew, man, that was one of the biggest, and it. I've had many of those type of situations, but yeah, that
Do you
was the
think that was just like the weekly haul that they had been doing that for a while?
Oh, a while. Yeah. Our waste numbers were really high in that store. So I was constantly trying to figure out where's all this electronic stuff going? It's not getting purchased. And there's no way I'm just having people walking out with TVs and stereos and shit.
Right.
Those numbers are too high. And I had discussed it, and then we had our suspicions about, but how is he getting it out? Is he just taking it out the front? Does he have old receipts? What is he doing? How is he making them go through the register but at a lower price? Is he sticking a $5 sticker on a $500 item? What? And I now I have two people. I have a checkout person and him that are working conjunction. There was so many things we were looking at. And it just came down to it's got to be him. He's hiding shit in the store or somehow, and it was not. He was just rolling the shit out the back door. He was getting orders from his friends, and
Right.
he was selling them out at his home.
Dang. So he was stealing electronics and TVs and stuff?
Yeah, mostly electronic stuff. So
wow, that's scary.
And yeah, that was a big one for me. And then I moved to California, and I was like, oh, this is really bad too. Never been that's also really scary. I went to help a friend in Inglewood, California, and they have to keep their cars behind gates because they get stolen every day. That's how bad that store was in LA.
Jeez.
Yeah, because I got there, and the guy who ran the store, one of my colleagues, he goes, did you put your car in the gate? And I go, no, what gate? He goes, come on, we got to go get your car before it's not there. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You know, because I worked in Long Beach, and it was a little bit better area. It's still kind of shady, but it was still an okay area. And he goes, yeah, we don't leave our cars parked out here. So he went and he told the guy there. They actually had a person stationed there letting employees in and out. A security person, a security guard, actually a extra. And so I had to park my car inside. That was a bad store too. We were actually there because they were shutting the store down, and they had protesters who didn't want the Kmart to shut down. But that store was losing so much money that they just decided to shut the whole damn store down. It was losing more than it was making. And they had like 10 arrests a day for shoplifting at that store.
Wow.
And so, it was well over, $1,000 of stuff going out. Hey, Joe. Joe. What's up?
You may want to read your sister's last comment there when you were telling that story.
Yeah, didn't know about that one. Yeah, I wasn't. Well, I was in shock because I immediately knew the scenario that could have happened, and that's a scary thing,
Yeah,
but the other
I was trying to think. It's like, all right, once she's actually in there, because you knew who she was and all that stuff, right? And by the time you start making calls, a lot more people are going to know. So it's not like she's going to get away with it if she tries to do a shootout to get out of there.
We would have known we knew who she was, and she had her kids with her, and that I think is the only reason she never grabbed for her purse or reached for what was in it. It was because her kids were with her. And
I think if I was in that situation and I knew there was something in there I didn't want anybody to find, the second your back was turned or you stepped out of the room for a second or whatever, I may have grabbed it out of there and like shoved it in a desk drawer or like kicked it under thrown it somewhere where somebody wouldn't find it right away.
Yeah. Yeah, there could have been a lot of different things. All I had to have done was look in the damn purse. It was sitting right on the top. Had I just looked inside the purse, I would have said, whoa, taken it, and I would have locked it in the cabinet behind me. All good, right? Because I did take possession of the purse first. She was outside the car. The purse was inside. So I knew her ID would be in there. I said, I'm grabbing your purse, grabbed the purse, had it next to me. She got walked in with my agent, with the kids. I grabbed all the merchandise and drove to the front of the store. So I had the possession of that purse pretty much the whole time. It was just the fact that I never looked in it. What was the shocking part? I never freaking looked in it because things happened so fast. Once we had her in custody, the first thing I needed to do was go grab him because I didn't know if he would walk out the back to meet up with her. I didn't know if she had called him and said, I'm going to be there in 10 minutes, be outside to help me load. I didn't know what was going to happen. So
crazy stuff. Have you ever had guns or knives or anything like that involved with any of the other issues you ever did?
Not guns. I haven't had any guns, but I did have some guys with knives and, like I said, hypodermics. It was a real kind of a druggy area. So, I had a great video. I wish I could find it, but I had a videotape of the camera that was facing the front doors. And you see me try to grab this guy, and all of a sudden he pulls out the hypodermic needle, and we're sitting there going like this. And he's he's dancing with me, trying to stab me with this hypodermic.
Jets of the sharks out there.
And I'm avoiding and and then one of my agents comes from the other side and just nails him and we get him. But oh my God, that video went around all the stores. It was oh God, I have so many stories, and a lot of them have to do with because I was faster than my agents. I knew what was in. I would chase people out, and my agents were nowhere to be found. So I'm stuck out there wrestling these big dudes, and my agents come like later, So I'm like, where were you? Where were you? Like, I was arresting this dude. I was literally hanging out a pickup truck. This guy had come in barefooted. I saw him come in barefooted. He went straight over the shoes. I know he was going to put on shoes and just walk out like normal. But he bought a second pair, which was weird. He put on a pair and then he bought a second one. Okay. So he made it
2 for 1.
He made it seem like he No, I bought the shoes. Look, here's my receipt. I'm like, I'm not talking about those shoes. I'm talking about those on your feet, dude. You walked in here barefooted and I saw you put those
These are
on.
not the shoes you're looking for.
Well, I was training a new guy. And so he was kind of in the background, kind of a little bit. He was good, but I ran out. This guy got away from me and got to his truck, which was right up front. And he got into his car. I jumped in I don't even know how I got in the freaking window, but I drove in to the window because I turned off the car and dropped the keys on the bottom. And I'm wrestling with this guy in the car, my legs dangling out the side of the window. And in the video, I mean, you see me go out, and then you see one of my agents realize, because the door greeter is yelling at him, she's out there. You see him go like that. And then you see my guy running, and he does this triathlon jumping move over the cart corral. He just swings himself right over the carts, and he's running out there to save me from being carried away in a truck. That was a good one too. Just his legs up in the air, and he makes the whole jump over the carts. The cart corral, in the front of Kmart, you have those cart corrals. He just swung himself right over those things like a pole vaulter, but jumping. I don't know. Yeah. Good times. But that was when I had no fear. Like I said, that was the whole point of this, is there was times in my life I had no fear, and that all changed. For sure.
Yeah. So those kiddos come along, somebody's dependent on you.
Right. Yeah. And my last guy I took out in LA was a kid. He was 15, 16 years old, and he had stuffed a bunch of baseball card packs. They were the big packs. They were like $75 a piece, full of baseball cards. And he had shoved those in his backpack. So I had run out to stop him, and that little kid fought me. He was my height. He wasn't that little, but he was like not giving up, because I thought, if anything, I'm going to not let go of this backpack. So I was swinging him around on the backpack, and he was swinging me around, and we ended up just tossling on the floor, me and this kid, until I had to I put the kid in a chokehold. Sorry, I did. And I wrapped my legs around this kid and to calm him down, because he was not having it. And I explained that. And I had these spectators all around. Not one of them helped me. Not one person. And I calmed down the kid, and I said, we're going to go back in and we're going to talk about this. And I don't want you to run or whatever. And got him up, handcuffed him, brought him in. And as I'm walking this kid in, and I'm all tussled and everything, this guy walks up. That was great. I work for Sears. You want to come work for me?
Oh.
And he handed me his business card. And I guess he was I don't know if he was a security guy or the store manager of the Sears in the area, but he was like, that was great. Come work for me. And I was like, oh shit. I can't right now. My knuckles were bloody from hitting the pavement. And it turns out a week later, I found out I was pregnant with my girl.
Wow.
So I was hustling. And then after that is when I stopped doing that. I never had a tussle after that.
Wow, that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, that was exciting. That was fun too. I almost called that guy, just ask him how much you pay me.
How much?
Yeah. How much?
Did you ever catch somebody and you're like, you look at what they're stealing, it's like, oh, this guy's just like stealing some food. He's starving.
Absolutely. The hardest thing I would, and I've even, I even bought them food. I had a kid come in, another young guy, 17 or 18, stealing a freaking can of chicken noodle soup. And I wasn't in my store. I was in somebody else's doing an audit on him. And he wanted to arrest him. He wanted to call the cops. And I mean, you're going to call the cops on $1 can of soup?
Yeah.
I go, that's not smart. I go, just, trespass him and let him go. But the store manager was a real ass. He was a real asshole. He wanted to, but he fought you because the guy did fight us for the, when we went to stop him, he got all crazy and we thought he reached into his pockets like this. So when somebody does that motion, it's all bets are off. He's going down. Okay. In my mind, the last thing you want is for anybody to reach into their pockets. So the minute that motion happened, I barrel rolled him. I hit him. Me and him went flying. The guy was auditing, was helping, and the store manager saw that tussle, but it was because I didn't know what he had in his hand,
Right.
So I needed to take care of that. Whole incident with the gun in the purse. So my mind was ever changed,
I bet.
I didn't take any chances. He did have a razor, box cutter in his pocket. So I think that's what he was reaching for, but he never got a chance to pull that out. We arrested him, brought him back, and the store manager's like, you're gonna arrest him and call the police, and we're gonna prosecute him because he was gonna use that box cutter on you. And I'm, that dude's hungry. The kid, he's a kid. He was 17. He's not even an adult. And I went and bought him some food. I convinced the store manager it wasn't policy. He was freaking $1. It would cost us more to prosecute him than it would for that. And he was mad. He went and told my district manager. My district manager was cool with me though, so he was all good with it. But he did tell my district manager that I should have listened to him and prosecuted that kid. And I'm like, nope. But I did go buy him food and sent him.
I can sort of see the point if he's going for a weapon and stuff like that. That might change my opinion.
Yeah, that was his point. But I was like, no, he was scared. He was scared. He didn't know what he was doing, and he was scared. And maybe if he was older, I would have thought differently. But when you get yourself into situations like that, you have to think fast. You think and you react. You don't have a whole lot of, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
You can't do that. You have to act. You have to act, and you have to act fast. There he is. The challenge. Oh, man. Oh, no. Hello, Joseph. Good morning to you.
How's it going?
Did you sleep in this morning?
Well, no, I've just been goofing around watching some stuff.
Oh, okay.
And then I was like, holy shit, wait a minute, Nikki's supposed to be on. And I was like, I'm late. But look, I've got a breakthrough, man. I've got a breakthrough. I think everybody's going to be proud and surprised.
What?
But I've got a breakthrough. I've got an answer. I've got the answer.
The answer,
the breakthrough answer to all of it.
42.
No. It's all a dream that I've been having.
It's just
that's the only possible answer for everything out there. It's a dream that I'm having. I'm the only thing that exists in the universe, and everything else is a dream. That's the only possible answer. And I said it, so it must be real and true.
It must be true.
Yeah. See, I knew you were going to laugh at that too. That's proof right there.
So come here, Enzo. Come over here. I need to tell you something.
What's Megan?
See, you both decided I was right, didn't you?
I think I need to do a spell on you. There, you're cured.
Hey, that worked.
You're cured.
I'm cured.
So should I cancel the airstrike I just called in?
Yeah, now we're gonna be.
The missile's already launched. It's going to hit any second now. I mean, oh no!
Oh, we should.
Oh, jeez.
Next
That's
time.
You aimed it at the wrong person. You aimed it at yourself, man. And just like that, Enzo blew
Do you have
up.
some sunblock? You may want to put some on.
Oh my god.
SPS 5 billion.
Yeah, that'll be good enough.
Yeah.
For a second.
Oh my goodness.
No, but I mean, that's the kind of shit that I hear sometimes and I watch on YouTube. And people are like, yeah, I've got the answer to it all. And then you listen and you're like, okay, sure, that's the answer to it all. I can't explain it. So here's the explanation.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. My side of the fence, everything's a simulation. You know, like The Matrix.
The Matrix. I love how that movie just spawned a whole. Yeah, that work of fiction explains it all.
That's it. It's all a simulation.
Yep. Red, blue pill. Which one you want? But yeah.
Red pill, blue pill. Oh my goodness.
I love it. Yeah.
You came in right at the end.
I know.
Right?
Yep.
I know. But I knew my revelation was just going to blow everybody's mind. So,
Everybody's, for sure.
Perfect.
You can't really say much more after that. So the end of the show was the appropriate place for it.
Yeah.
Jay says, I knew Joe was losing it.
Yeah, that's only because he lost it. Jay lost it first. That's why he knows what it's like.
Oh, you said it too. Nothing is real. It's all a simulation. There you go. What do we say? I don't know what to say to that. I mean,
maybe
it is.
Go ahead. Try that simulation gag out. The IRS will disagree.
Yeah.
I think
That's how it's not the simulation, because in any simulation I would be involved in, there wouldn't be such a thing as income tax.
Exactly.
Oh God,
it's a nightmare.
About that, I always have to pay. I don't want to think about that for sure. But what else is new? We're talking about scrapping. You ever scrapped? You scrapped with people. Didn't you say you boxed at one time?
Oh, not me. No, my dad was a boxer.
It was your dad. It was your dad.
Yeah, my dad was a boxer. I was in security for a while. I never really had to have any kind of physical confrontation with anybody when I was doing security.
Mm.
So I was fortunate.
Yeah.
So
that's good. You don't want to. You really learn that you don't want to do that kind of stuff. You want to learn how to talk to people.
Yeah.
And,
you want to de-escalate stuff big time.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to do that in a certain capacity when I was a bouncer. I mean, you always hear these stories about bouncers, they're always wanting to fight people, right? No, a good bouncer and a real bouncer doesn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
And as a bouncer,
nice.
You never want to escalate anything with somebody who's intoxicated. You want to de-escalate them, and avoid all that stupid drama and bullshit that's going to happen, so, I learned a lot, but of course I learned that through, the time I was, doing security. I learned, how to deal and how to de-escalate things when you can tell that, well, I gotta talk this person off the ledge. Otherwise, I'm going to have to do something that, I don't really want to do, which is, restrain them or, possibly hurt them in a way, and when it comes to, people drinking in a bar, come on, man, people go out to a bar to get drunk, man, so the next day they're probably going to be pretty embarrassed already that, that they got drunk enough to actually get kicked out of a bar. You don't want them to have to live through the embarrassment that, oh, not only did I get kicked out of the bar that I like going to, but I got in a freaking confrontation with the bouncer and got my ass beat. You don't want that. You want to treat them with as much dignity as possible. Look, I've been drunk plenty of times in my life. So you got to kind of take
drunk
that
right now.
Yeah, drunk right this minute. You got to take that into consideration, man. Just treat them with some human dignity, even if they're drunk and being obnoxious. Then you've got to take a step and not be that. You have to be the reasonable one in any confrontation like that because you're the one who's not drunk.
Right.
So the drunk doesn't know half the time what the hell they're saying or why they're saying it, and probably won't remember the next day that they said it. So. Yeah.
So was it required training for that job before you took it that you watched Roadhouse like 3 or 4 times?
Yeah, absolutely. That is a training video. Always be nice until it's time not to be nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much. You try.
Yeah.
And people still do stupid things.
Yeah.
People think they have the right to just take. And I know there's people who need stuff, but you got to figure out another way to do that. Too. A bouncer too. Jay Fritz was a bouncer too.
Well, you have to read the rest of it.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, when I was a bouncer, I was fortunate. The bar that I bounced for had a pretty good clientele that was a regular clientele. And some of them got a little crazy when they got drunk, even though they were nice enough people, and they might get a little crazy, but I never, except for one guy one time. And it was awesome because it just so happened it was Halloween and I was dressed in my Superman costume.
Oh boy.
And so this one guy actually did have to get physical with him and actually drag his ass out. And of course I did it as, and everybody was clapping, yay, Superman, because the guy was being really stupid and obnoxious.
Yeah.
And, so I had to actually get physical.
Not in my bar, Lex Luthor.
Yeah, that's right. And yeah, I had to get physical and take him out. And, and I made sure that, as soon as I had him, I had him up against the brick wall, and I said, look, I'm going to let go of you now. So you think in that first 5 seconds, take a few seconds to think about what your next thing you're going to do when I let you go. This could end very good for you, or it could end very badly. And, but that's the only time I really ever had to do anything physical with anybody in that bar. It was good. Most people, they understood. Of course, I worked out back then every single day of my life, And
sure.
So when you have a big, physical, intimidation works, Even sometimes the drunkest guy can be like, I don't think I want to tangle with that guy.
Right, exactly.
But yeah, it was a fun job. It was a fun job.
That's good.
It always amazes me the people that because I certainly ran into quite a few of them over my years of super happy-go-lucky type people, and they get a couple of snorts of whiskey in them, and they want to fight everybody.
Oh, they can lick anybody on the planet.
That's right. They'll pick the biggest dude in the bar. Hey, you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, I hate that kind of drunk.
I know.
That's why. Ugh. Every time I had a friend who every weekend was dirty drunk, and it was not fun anymore. Nobody wanted to go out with them because they didn't know their limit, and They would get into this thing. I'll buy you a drink. No, I'll buy you a drink. I'll buy you a drink. And it would just go back and forth, drink buying, drink in no limits, and would get way out of control pretty fast.
Yeah, that's the thing is you have to know your limits and don't be like the tough guys. Like, all right, well, they're still drinking. I better drink something. No,
Right.
You're the one that has to live with the hangover for one, and whatever foolishness you get up to by when you get all fueled up.
Thank God I didn't marry a guy like that. I've only seen him drunk twice, I think, like completely, where he's sick. He gets sick, so he doesn't like to drink because he gets sick the next day. But I've only seen him do that a couple of times, and now he doesn't. If he's gonna drink, I don't drink, so I drive, and vice versa. So, too much at stake these days to get caught.
Oh yeah,
driving.
Yeah.
So,
that's ugly business, especially from if you're in a military and stuff like that. That's we don't. That closes a lot of doors for you.
Yeah, too much at stake. So he doesn't care. He'd rather. I mean, we have our little bar here at the house, and he's has his drinks. His whiskey sour. He loves whiskey sours.
Whiskey sour. I was going to ask, what's his drink?
Yeah.
You said sour at the end of it. I don't understand what that means. I stop at the whiskey part.
You only love the whiskey. Yeah. He loves whiskey sour.
I used to like whiskey sours. It just gives me terrible reflux now, so I don't drink. There's liquor in itself gives me bad reflux, so I can't drink liquor anymore.
All of them, or just certain, like if I drink rum,
no, just all.
I'm done. I
all
hate
liquor.
rum,
it doesn't, because I used to love Scotch, man, and I can't drink Scotch anymore. I can't drink any kind of liquor really. It just the reflux afterwards.
Oh, I love me a good one.
Is just too much.
I love rum and Coke. For sure. I love me a daiquiri.
I used to too. Rum and Coke. That was my choice of mixed drink. If I was going to drink a mixed drink, it was pretty much rum and Coke. I mean, I've tried other stuff. I don't like vodka that much, but I did like White Russians for a little while. Just because of the movie The Big Lebowski. That's the only reason why I ever tried White Russians, because I love that movie, and the dude was always drinking White Russians. But
White Russians and a rug.
But now when I drink, though, it's just strictly beer, because anything else just too much. My stomach won't take it. It's just too much acid reflux and shit.
Just the whiskey, and that's it for me. But as it's been pointed out to me several times by people online, I can drink quite a lot of it, and I look great and sound just like this while I'm on the live stream drinking away. No slurred speech or any of that. They don't see the catastrophe of when I try and walk down the hall to go to the bathroom where I'm bouncing off all the walls.
It always hits you when you stand up. You know that, right?
Exactly.
You're good.
Never stand up.
That's how it was when I lived in Korea. We used to get soju bowls, what they call soju bowls.
Yeah.
And it delicious, fruity, whatever flavor you wanted. They had these big things. They no limits, okay? They would come and sit this thing in front of you, and you'd share it with your buddy, and you'd have a great time and order another one. You get another one, and then you have to go to the bathroom. And you try standing up after 2 soju bowls, find a bathroom. It was horrifying. I was completely, like I'm talking to you now, I felt fine. And the minute I stood up, my world went whoosh, like, just did this turn. And I'm like,
that sounds like something I've had, Nikki. It was, I don't remember what they called it, and for some reason, I only recall it in like a Chinese or Asian themed restaurant. There was a drink like that. They brought it to you in a big bowl, but it had a volcano in the middle that they'd light with. It had liquor in it, and what was that thing called? And it was designed for a couple of people to drink out of it because it was a huge bowl. It just
sounds like the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was delicious. I'm not a peach type of person. I don't really like peach flavor stuff, but this
Oh, I love
peach
peaches.
soju bowl
Yeah.
kicked ass, man. It was
Yeah.
really good. But we
Yeah,
quickly realized
I
that was the last one we were gonna have for the evening because we both had to get up and go to the bathroom, and it was like
yeah.
scary.
I love peach flavored stuff, and I like canned peaches. I find it difficult to eat an actual peach though, because the fuzz skin just messes me up. You know, the texture, you know, in your mouth, the fuzz. It's like that just.
Oh
It's like,
man,
oh, this peach tastes
I
good. I could do without the fuzz though.
totally remember this night with the soju thing. We were being responsible. We took a cab down to the bar, which was just down the street from our apartment, but it was a ways. I mean, it was a little, a couple miles. So we were being responsible. We're not going to drive. We're in a foreign country. You don't want to get pulled over, in a foreign country for sure.
Right.
So we went, we had our dinner and had the soju bowls. And then we tried to find a taxi home. Well, nobody would pick us up. Nobody would stop. It was like by midnight, there were no traffic, no taxis. We had to walk soju'd up all the way to our apartment. It was the funniest and longest night of my life because we just kept saying, "Where's our apartment? Where is the apartment? Is it ever going to get here?" It felt like we were in another land, but we were drunk and laughing. And
you were in another land.
You were. Yeah, exactly.
Occasionally a taxi would go by and we would jump out. Ah! You think they would stop for two Americans yelling out to stop to give
all
us a ride?
sauced up? Like, hell no.
Yeah. Nope.
You ain't puking in my cab.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
We
that's what
walked
they're
all the way
thinking
home
too.
that night. Thank God we weren't like further away. But yeah, that
You're
was
probably sobered up by the time you walked home.
Yeah. We both had to like run to a bathroom. I don't even think we made it. I think they have underground parking. It's in these big apartment buildings. So I think we barely made it to the underground parking where they had a bathroom. We didn't even make it up because she lived in one building and I lived in another building. But so crazy. That was fun. It was just a mom's night out. Me and my girlfriend. We just decided to leave the guys with the kids and we went.
You went out for a night on the town all night and half the morning.
Yeah, it's funny you should mention what you just said, Enzo, because that actually kind of happened to me when I lived in Virginia. We lived in a little town called Front Royal, and I must have, and I don't proudly claim it, but I think I must have walked drunk down every street in that town at one time or another. But I did walk. One time I walked from the bar home. And it was quite a distance. In fact, I mean, I walked so far that by the time I got home, I was like, fuck, I'm almost sober. That was a waste of a night.
Yeah, exactly.
I spent all that time getting drunk and now I'm damn sober after walking home.
Yeah, you work up a thirst from all that walking. So when you get home, you just start
I wonder if I have
over
any beers. Start all over.
Been sleeping long since I broke my ankle. I slept 10 hours last night. Wow.
I wish I could sleep.
I haven't had
That's where my sleep. You stole my sleep.
Yeah.
I slept exactly 60 minutes, according to my Fitbit watch. Last night.
God. And you're still, look at you, just spry. You're just spry there. I need to get a sound that goes, don't, what's that? That death sound that they do. Dun, 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 dun. Oh,
Yeah.
I can't think of it now, but I'm going to do a funeral march song.
Wish. Even when I plan on, tomorrow's a day off. I'm gonna sleep in, man. I'm gonna sleep in I'm gonna get 8 hours of sleep at least. But nope. Invariably, I always wake up the same time. Doesn't matter.
I
Day in
only
and day
sleep
out.
on a good day. I'll sleep 6 hours and that's it. I never sleep longer than that ever.
I'm always up
unless I'm sick.
4 or 5 in the morning every single day.
I'm a sleeper too.
Day off, I'm up at 5 in the morning. Work day, I'm up at 5 in the morning. Doesn't matter. And I'm one of those people that if I get woken up, then I'm awake. I can't go back to sleep.
Yeah.
So if the dog comes in, jumps on the bed, wakes me up at 3 o'clock in the morning, guess what? I'm awake now. Shit.
What? Yep.
Booze with seltzer. You slam it on the bar and shot it. Oh, like oh my God. Not Goldschlager. What's the other hideous drink? The licorice one.
Jägermeister.
Jägermeister. Jaeger bombs. Is that like a Jaeger bomb? Oh, I can't.
Jaeger bombs. I mean, I like licorice, but
I do not. Anytime those shots come out, you know what it is as soon as you see that crude oil sitting in the bottom of it.
Crude oil.
Geez.
I mean, I like licorice, but I don't add shit to my beer, man.
I do. No. I absolutely do. I love bloody beers and Clamato beers and
poor man's poor man's Bloody Mary.
I know you don't like it. I love it. Here in the Southwest, especially here in El Paso, those are huge. They're big things.
Really?
Yeah, very big. Matter of fact, you can get them with food on them, like Bloody Marys. You can build a Bloody Mary thing.
Oh, I've seen those pictures. It's like got slices of pizza and stuff in it. Yeah,
bacon and shrimp.
You can do a whole meal.
Yeah.
Those things.
Yeah. Okay, just one Bloody Mary.
Yeah. No, it's like I don't like fruit in my beer, man. I mean, unless it's a Mexican beer, and then I'll use lemon.
There was a time I drank kamikazes. There was one year I was a kamikaze girl, and we used to do that.
Kamikazes.
Yep.
You know,
Susie, it was at Granny's Closet. We used to do kamikaze shots there.
At the risk of being referred to as the gay guy with a beard, or the bearded gay guy again, I'll admit, at one point, I used to love drinking Singapore slings. You know what that is?
What is in that?
What is that?
It's
I've heard of it, but I can't remember.
I know it's got rum in it.
Grasshopper. What's in his sling?
Singapore slings were good, man. They were. I liked them anyway. I was a young kid drinking them. That was after I joined the Navy, and I found this Chinese restaurant that served alcohol as well, and they introduced me to a Singapore sling, and I'm like, yeah, this is pretty good.
What's a sambuca?
Sambuca is like it's a liqueur, I think.
Or
so.
A
liquor.
Yeah. My poison.
I've never had sambuca, but
it's usually mixed with other things. I thought it's not you don't drink that one alone.
I think Jen mentioned it. There's Greek licorice. That's the other licorice besides Jägermeister.
Yeah, that's
Sambuca is a licorice flavor too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But my poison of choice back in my younger days was always Long Island iced teas.
Yeah, we were talking about that the other day somewhere, and there's like a 2-drink minimum, or a 2-drink limit at some of the places I've been to. Like when I was in Virginia, there were bars where, because the nature of a Long Island iced tea is it's nothing but liquor, you know.
Yep.
And so they had a 2-drink limit. You could only order 2, and that's it. They cut you off after 2.
Whatever that thing I got for Christmas. What did I get? Not a barista. I got a bar. Remember, Enzo? I told you. It's a machine that makes drinks. We haven't even set it up yet because we need to buy all the different alcohols to put in this machine, and it makes your drink. A bar something.
I don't remember what it was called.
Not a barista. I always want to call it a barista.
Okay. Mr. Lee says Sambuca is an Italian liquor with coffee beans on top, and you set it on fire.
Ouzo is what she was thinking of, I think.
What?
The Greek
yeah,
they were talking about.
Bartesian.
Ouzo.
It's a Bartesian.
A Bartesian.
Yeah, that's what I got for Christmas.
Sambuca.
Nope, I don't do any of that fancy mixed stuff or craft beers or any of that. Nope, just
I've tried craft beers, but it's like I said, I'm a beer purist, man. I want my beer to taste like beer, you know.
Your Genesee cream ale and nothing else.
No, I don't really like cream ale. But I will drink it if I can't get the regular Jenny. It's close enough. But yeah, I like beer to taste like beer, you know. And aside from Mexican beers, which I will add a slice of lemon to, because oddly enough, it's good with it. But yeah, no, it's like I wouldn't put a lemon in Genesee. There's no excuse, you know.
A lemon or a lime?
Sambuca is anise flavored Italian liqueur.
Anise. Oh yeah, not to be confused with anise.
Anise.
Yeah.
Anise.
Well, you pronounce it anise. I've always heard it just anise. And those are both licorice type flavors, licorice and anise. Anise tastes a lot like licorice, but
yeah, maybe a little bit. I can definitely tell the subtle difference there.
Oh, there is a difference.
We make bizcochitos that have anise in them, so we do make cookies out of that.
Amaretto sours.
Oh, I love amaretto sours.
I'm trying to figure out how that works, since amaretto is sweet, but you're adding sour to it. I don't know.
Sour, it's delicious.
That sounds like a girly drink as much as my Singapore sling does, you know.
Oh my God, I have such a funny story about.
What's the other girly drink? Everybody's like, if you're a man, you don't drink it. What is it called? A cosmopolitan. That's what it is. A
cosmopolitan.
Before my husband and I were married, I had traveled to Pennsylvania to go to his New Year's Eve party up there. He was at Carlisle Barracks in Pennsylvania at the time, and we went to this party, dressed up. It was formal party, military thing, and I was at the bar getting our drinks, and the guy puts our drinks up, and he goes, "Here you go, ma'am." And it was the whiskey sour. Okay. It had, the fruit on top and the little cherry and everything. And I go, "Oh no, that's not my drink. He gets the foo-foo drink." I embarrassed him so bad. At that time, I was drinking 7 and 7s. And I don't know, he gets the foo-foo drink, and the bartender just lost his shit. He was laughing his ass off. And because it didn't look like a professional bartender. It was just looked like they assigned him the duty or whatever. But he looked at me and he goes, "Oh, okay." Yeah, he didn't care. He took his foo-foo drink. He never forgets that, though. He always reminds me to this day. If he gets a drink and it has shit on it, he goes, "I got my foo-foo drink."
Drink whiskey like a man.
That's right.
He has done that. He got himself an old fashioned there in Vegas when we were at the Venetian and we were sitting down to have some lunch, and he ordered him an old fashioned. That shit, that big, but it was stronger than shit. He ate one little drink and I went, "Oh, fire!" Out of my mouth. And he's like, "Yeah, I think I'm only going to need one of these." And
maybe it's just my physiology or something, but I've noticed years and years ago when I stopped drinking beers and mixed drinks and all that stuff, where I was just doing just whiskey, I don't really get hangovers. Not really. There are some whiskeys I drink that'll give me a headache, because there's some of them that I really like, but man, do they give me headaches. But I can drink like an equal amount of other whiskeys that don't, and I'm just fine. I wake up, I'll be like disoriented and kind of loopy. I wouldn't pass a driving test, a field sobriety test or anything like that.
So do you think it's not the way it's distilled that
I don't know.
It just creates a different kind of taste, something. There's some kind of chemical thing there. If you're telling me that,
but from years of drinking, but from years of drinking beers and mixed drinks and stuff like that all the time, you don't have that sour belly or the headaches or the
the hangover part, the headache part, that's primarily from dehydration.
Right. You got to drink a bunch of water
from drinking a bunch of water before you go to sleep. Because alcohol dehydrates you. And so if you drink a lot of alcohol, it doesn't matter what kind, and you don't drink water, it's going to give you a headache, but yeah, so hydration, man, that's the key to that part of a hangover. The sour stomach, that has something else to do with whatever you're drinking is not agreeing with your stomach, but
right.
Yeah.
Hence why I don't drink liquors, because they don't agree with my stomach anymore.
Let my dog in. I'll be right back.
Or my stomach doesn't agree with them. Either way, I don't know. Wow, here I am. I'm just
all about you, I guess. Yeah,
it was my show for just like a split second.
It's the Joe Show. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just me, but just drinking whiskey, not really. I mean, I don't get any of that stuff. Even if I drink a lot, I've polished off 750 milliliter bottles before at a night, and I'm certainly not as healthy as if I didn't drink it.
Yeah,
but I'm not laid up for weekends doing the I'm never drinking that much again song. That you sing when you drink too much.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've said it a time or two in the past in my life when I was a younger man and drank a lot. I'd be like, "I'm never drinking again. I swear I won't drink again. Please just don't let me throw up my shoes again."
Exactly. Usually it's whenever something that really makes you sick like that, it's like you swear off of whatever that was like forever. Yeah. Like for me, I don't even like the smell of tequila anymore because from exactly that. You just drink too much. Like it was the Long Island iced teas has tequila in it. And they always dump like extra tequila in it for some reason. And I cannot even stand the smell of it now.
Yeah, I've tried tequila straight and I just have never really liked the flavor.
Right.
It's fine. Like, I know it goes in Long Island iced teas and that's cool because there's other stuff in there. I'm not tasting just tequila. So, but there's certain ones like vodka. I'm not a vodka drinker. I never understood the attraction to vodka. But as a mixer, vodka's okay. I mean, you have it in a White Russian, which I did like White Russians. I like Black Russians too, but
little vodka and cranberry is okay, I guess.
I often wondered, instead of using like chocolate milk in a Black Russian, use Yoo-hoo and see if that would make a. I loved Yoo-hoo, man. Yoo-hoo was my drink as a kid, man. I'd drink Yoo-hoo way quicker than I would any other chocolate milk. And I mean, technically, Yoo-hoo is not chocolate or milk. Made
the Yoo-hoos? It's just the quick with water.
I was about to say, I guess I grew up too poor. We never got Yoo-hoo. We just had the big square container of Nestle's Quick. You'd have to pry the lid off and all that.
My sister used to drink Ovaltine. She had to have
Ovaltine. I never liked Ovaltine.
It's a commercial, son of a bitch.
Yeah. Oh, crummy commercial. Yeah. No, I never did like Ovaltine, man. I just couldn't. It's like, I don't know. It's like drinking cereal. Like, I don't.
My sister wouldn't eat when she was little, so my mom was always trying to fortify her diet, with stuff. And that Ovaltine had all kinds of vitamins, they said, and stuff in it, so she would make them do that. I was a Tang girl myself, so
Tang.
That was my thing.
That's what the astronauts drink.
Of astronauts, that's right.
Yep. I was going to be an astronaut.
I remember Tang. We used to drink Tang when I was a kid. Because it was actually buying a thing of Tang and just mixing it with water was cheaper than orange juice. And we were
poor, I was Kool-Aid and Tang. That's all we had in our house.
I love Kool-Aid, man. Still to this very day, I love Kool-Aid.
The only sodas in the house were Tabs, and they tasted great. So
Tab. That is like the nastiest soft drink ever.
So
Tab.
Gross.
Such an awful aftertaste to it. Oh. I'm like, and people are like sucking it down, like Tab, order a Tab. I'm like, ew.
My mom loved those things. Those
like, not to get too gross, man, but I would drink my own urine before I would drink Tab.
It's probably better for you.
Gross. That's gross. That's for sure gross. But gentlemen, we are at an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Wow,
I gotta go run an errand too. Yeah. I gotta go grab some prescriptions for Molly.
I want to try something while we're live, though. I want to check some quick things before we leave because I want to see.
While you're looking that up, that is a Star Trek shirt, isn't it?
Yes. It says expendable.
The red shirt. Okay, I got it.
Yeah, red shirt.
I saw the collar earlier, and I was going to make a Star Trek joke, and then I saw like the very top of expendable. I was like, it is a Star Trek shirt.
Yeah, expendable.
Oh, okay. It did work. Okay, that worked. Let me check my next one. Okay, it's just a teeny delay, but it looks like it's going. Everything's going through. This one. Oh, see, that one didn't work. Why did that not work?
It's supposed to say send your nudes and photos.
Shut up. Oh.
That's for the other show.
Now we're going to get a lot of people.
They're like, when does that show come on?
Okay, so I need to see, why is it doing, because I put a semicolon, it's not putting my...
Right. So do it without the semicolon.
Well, it's showing, okay, when I hit the button in the chat comment box, it is showing the whole thing, but it's not all coming onto the...
Oh, chat. That's the on the YouTube side, is what we're talking about?
Yeah. The
semicolon and whatever goes after the semicolon is like whatever the code is for the emojis on YouTube.
Oh, thank y'all. So I have to take that off.
If you put a semicolon and then like, smile or whatever, then another semicolon, then it does the smiling face emoji.
You and the harpoon, I'll have to go check, Mr. Lee. Okay, so I'll fix that. That's why that one's not working. Let me check this one. That one's okay. And this one. Yeah, so those are working. I'll just fix that email one. And let me check. Somebody have a baby?
The most annoying sound in the world.
That was...
What about Bigfoot's coming?
It's a fat baby.
Oh, I thought that was Godzilla.
That's still my favorite. And this one.
That's an evil clown laugh.
Evil. Suspenseful.
Tonight on Unsolved Mysteries.
That one's really loud too. So I need to go adjust all the sound levels on those because they're
just a notch, just a little bit.
Just a notch, a little bit. Okay, so that worked. That's good. That's good news. Now, shall we try the voice mod? I just want to see if they're hearing it live before we get off too.
Might as well.
Might as well, right? Tell me if you guys can hear this.
Yes.
Yeah, you can hear that? Okay.
The call center.
Cool. What about... Oh, here's perfect for your background, Enzo. The rave background.
Oh.
You know which one? Uh-oh.
That's a thing?
I don't see your rave. Oh, there it goes. Okay, wait. That one? What about this one? Ooh, that really goes too. There's so many to choose from. Whoa. Uh-oh, I can't turn it off.
Oh, no.
Okay, got it. Woo. There's the one called Laser. Oh, that's just a sound.
What?
I don't know. Oh, that was really a blast. Okay, now the real trick. Okay, did it stop? Yeah, it stopped. Let me see if I can make my... If I can... Oh. Can you hear me now? What do I sound like?
No change.
No change?
No change.
Can you hear me? Any changes?
There's an echo of a robot voice behind your regular voice.
Huh. Okay, so what about now?
I just hear your regular voice.
Regular voice? So how does that work? Okay, what about now? Still both?
I hear your regular voice, and then a second later, a robot voice of your voice.
That's gonna be another one of those. I don't know. This is my voice and a guy's voice at the same time. Maybe I should just... Hello? Nope. How about now? I can sing now. Jolene. That one's hard to hear.
Not a tone, not a tune.
Okay. One more thing. Now what does it sound like?
Sounds like your voice, and a second later, squeaky mouse voice.
A chipmunk.
I don't know how to get rid of that second voice or first voice.
You're frightening Joe's dog.
What'd you do?
Okay, I'll turn it off. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe if I do that. Oh, yeah, I knew. But I have to do it live because I need to know if anybody can hear me. Can you hear me now? Okay, everything's
what?
Be fine. Did I take off the double?
Yep. Yes. Yeah. You're good now.
Okay. Just a checking. I'm not done fixing my stream deck yet, but at least everything's working. For the most part, things are working. Little touches here and there, and it'll be good. But hey, thank you guys for coming, and we're gonna have the show on Friday. It is 9:00. I hope that didn't inconvenience anybody, but it was really a better time for both of us to come on at 9 and do our little chit chat. Just a reminder that this coming Sunday is Super Bowl Sunday, so no show. I want to watch. I've got money on the game. I got to watch this. I have to watch.
What are you fixing for Super Bowl Sunday? What's your specialty? Super Bowl
I got
snack?
some ribs. I definitely have some ribs, so I need to remember to take those out of the freezer. But I got 2 big packs of ribs. I'm going to do some little Smokies, pigs in a blanket. And I haven't decided if I'm going to do meatballs. My kids always want meatballs and, that barbecue sauce.
Yep.
And probably just a cheese tray, crackers, cheese and crackers. I tend to make too much, so I don't want to do a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
But that will be enough.
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah, it'll be a lot. But hey, everybody, thank you for being here. And please don't forget to hit that like button. Share, and subscribe. Make sure you're subscribed. And we will see you in the next chat for sure. Bye, guys. Thanks.